Looking for a cheap bike that can actually take you anywhere? Right now, three bikes are dominating this segment. The KTM 390 Adventure R, the all-new KLE 500 SE, and the CFMoto 450MT. Before we dive into performance, let's take a quick look at the engines. The KTM is the only one here running a single cylinder, while the others use parallel twins, but with different characters. The KLE sticks with a conventional 180-degree crank, so it's smooth and linear, though yeah, it kind of sounds like a lawnmower, while the MT runs a 270-degree crank, giving it more of that V-twin feel with a deeper, growlier sound. Now the KTM not only has the least cylinders, it also has the smallest engine here at 398cc, while the KLE and MT are both around 450cc. To make up for that, KTM cranks up the compression ratio to squeeze more performance out of that single. After the valve train, all of them use a standard double overhead cam setup with 4 valves per cylinder. Power goes to the rear wheel through a 6-speed gearbox with a slip-in assist wet clutch. So, as for horsepower, the 390 and the KLE are pretty much on par, both making around 45 horses, while the CFMoto is just a bit down, about 3 ponies less than the others. And these are based on European specs, so keep in mind the numbers can vary depending on the region, like North America or Asia. Torque-wise, the KLE and MT are tied at around 42 Newton meters, while the KTM with its smaller engine comes in about 3 Newton meters lower. Now in terms of weight, the KTM really stands out here, coming in at just 176 kilograms. That's about 9 kilograms lighter than the CFMoto and a massive 19 kilograms lighter than the KLE. So yeah, when you look at power to weight, it's pretty clear. The KTM takes the win, followed by the KLE, and then the CFMoto. The KTM's strong suit is its weight and agility. Its engine character is aggressive and punchy, but as a high-revving single cylinder, the mid to top end feels pretty revvy, and the power band also feels narrower. It also makes more noise and has noticeably more vibration compared to the twin-cylinder rivals. The KLE, with its 180-degree twin, delivers very linear and super smooth power with a strong top-end pull. But it's the heaviest here, so likely the least agile. The 450MT sits in between. Its 270-degree crank gives it a V-twin-like feel with punchy low-end torque, offering decent acceleration and top end. Not as smooth as the KLE, but it definitely sounds better. There's only one color option for the KTM, a ceramic white with orange accents. The KLE comes in 2 colors, white and a bluish green. And the MT also gets 2 options, a 2-tone blue and white, and black. As for electronics, this one goes to the orange team. The KTM packs some pretty solid rider aids for a bike in this class and price. It gets a 3-axis IMU, so you've got cornering ABS and lean-sensitive traction control. It also runs ride-by-wire with multiple riding modes, plus a TFT dash with smartphone connectivity. The KLE and MT are a bit more basic. Both get standard ABS, and you can switch it off for off-road use. There's no ride-by-wire or riding modes on either, but both do get adjustable windscreens, unlike the KTM. The MT does step it up slightly with traction control, while the KLE misses out on that. Both bikes also come with TFT displays and smartphone connectivity. All 3 run trellis frames, but the MT is a bit different. It uses a chromoly steel frame, so it's lighter, and it also gets a double cradle setup that adds a bit more protection and rigidity. Up front, all 3 come with upside-down telescopic forks, but the KTM and CFMoto are a step ahead with better adjustability compared to the KLE. Same story at the rear, the KTM and CFMoto give you more adjustability, while the KLE keeps things a bit more basic with adjustable preload only. For braking, the KTM and KLE use a 2-piston axial setup, while the MT steps it up with a stronger 4-piston radial caliper. All three run the same wheel and tire setup up front, but at the rear there are slight differences in rim size and tire heights. They all get spoked wheels, but the KLE is the only one still running tubes, while the others are tubeless, which is just way easier to deal with if you get a puncture. The KTM might be the lightest here, but it also has the smallest fuel tank. The CFMoto has the lowest and most accessible seat height, and when it comes to wheelbase, the KTM stands out again as the most compact, and combined with its lighter weight, it's definitely going to feel the most nimble. Now for ground clearance, the KLE is a bit of a concern. At around 185 millimeters, it's pretty low for an adventure bike, especially compared to the other two, which sit noticeably higher. As for pricing, the 390 is the most expensive here at around $7,700. The KLE is a bit cheaper, about $200 less, while the 450MT or Ibex 450 in the US undercuts both by quite a margin, coming in at just $6,499. If we're talking power, on paper, the KTM makes the most, but being a smaller single cylinder, it comes with trade-offs. You gotta rev it out to get the best out of it, and while it can feel punchy, it's not as smooth or as relaxed as the twins, especially at higher speeds, where you'll notice more vibration and noise. The KLE, on the other hand, is all about smoothness. Its 180-degree twin delivers very linear, predictable power with a decent top end. Meanwhile, the CFMoto's 270-degree crank gives it more of a V-twin feel with punchier low to mid-range and a deeper growlier sound as a bonus. Electronics-wise, the KTM takes it, thanks to its IMU and more advanced rider aids. For the chassis, the CFMoto stands out on paper with its chromoly frame and added double cradle protection. Suspension-wise, it's pretty close between the KTM and CFMoto, while the KLE falls slightly behind due to limited adjustability. Braking is another win for the CFMoto. It's the only one with a 4-piston front caliper. The KLE also falls behind with tubed wheels, while the others are tubeless. And in terms of dimensions, the KLE's lower ground clearance is a bit of a concern. It's better suited for light off-road compared to the other two.